What is up, guys? Vintage Jeff here. Welcome to my brand new series called Vintage Roulette, to where I will be talking about random subjects from now on every Sunday. Instead of just sticking to the NFL topics, I decided, to branch out a little bit more, talk about different things here and there. And it's gonna be a weekly thing every Sunday, so don't miss out. If you're interested in those type of things, go ahead and hit that subscribe button right now. Really appreciate it. You guys are awesome. Anyways, yeah, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna be at least writing down 3 topics, put them in a bowl or something, draw them out randomly. But there's gonna be several in there. But the 3 I pull out are going to be the 3 topics I talk about. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the NFC Playoff Prediction. And a few weeks ago, I did the AFC Playoff Prediction, so I'm going to link that down in the description below. So go ahead if you're interested to see who I think is going to make the playoffs in the AFC. Give it a glance. All right, so let's get this going. I'm going to start from number 1 and end at number 6. Coming in at number 1, who I think is going to have the home field advantage throughout the playoffs and NFC playoffs, is going to be the LA Rams. And I know they were young last season. They had no experience in the playoffs. I mean, they had a tremendous year, went into the postseason and got smoked. But I think they added the veteran presence that they needed, that they lacked last year. They traded for Marcus Peters, Aqib Talib. 2 of the best corners in the game are now on a very good defense that they already had. I mean, you add them them 2 corners, they're going to be insane. And they also signed Ndamukong Suh, which they need that presence in the middle just to eat up all that the garbage up front, man. I know they traded Quinn away, but the main thing that they did, they traded for Brandon Cooks. That gives Jared Goff, much more variety to throw on offense, man. I mean, the wide receivers they had last year, I mean, Robert Woods and they had Sammy Watkins and Cooper Kupp, which both were kind of unknowns. I mean, Robert Woods, he did all right back in Buffalo, but I think he blossomed into a very good, legitimate number 2. And now they got a Brandon Cooks in the number 1. I think they're going to be a force to reckon with. And Todd Gurley finally back to form. Look out, guys. LA Rams, number 1. Good shot to make the Super Bowl. All right, guys. Coming number 2, I was debating if this was going to be the Philadelphia Eagles, but you'll know where they land. But I'm going to go with the Atlanta Falcons. I don't really know what they did to retool because I checked their website, but whoever's going to control the website didn't update anything, so I have no idea who they signed. But I know they drafted Calvin Ridley, in the first round. Pair him up with Julio Jones and Matt Ryan. It's gonna get the double teams, off of Julio. And they got Devontae Freeman, and I think they're gonna start giving more touches to Coleman as well, which he's a very good back. He's easily, a number 1 somewhere else. But yeah, I think the Falcons have a great defense. I think they have a good shot, to get back in the postseason again and make some, and cause some damage. But yeah, number 2, guys, the Atlanta Falcons. All right, coming in number 3, I was still debating, but I'm going to throw the Philadelphia Eagles here. Only reason I'm not giving him a bye because I don't know how Wentz is going to be. He's eyeing to come back week 1, but with ACLs, you just never know. You never know if they're going to hold out all season, which I'm sure it will, but I'm being cautious in my picks. And I'm not going to, throw the crown on their backup. My gosh, I can't think of his freaking name. I'm making a video, and I'm clueless. Oh, my gosh. I'm clueless. Anyways, forget him. All right. I'm interested to see what Jay Ajayi can do in his second season. They also brought Darren Sproles back, which he's a special team nightmare, kickoff and punt return. They bring in Holloway as a nose tackle, which I think is something that they just some depth that they need. But yeah, Philadelphia Eagles, number 3. I'm not going to give him a bye week because I don't know their quarterback position. I'll know if Carson Wentz is going to come back 100%, which I'm sure he will. But I'm just being a little cautious with him. All right, guys. Number 4, I'm going to go with Minnesota. And I know they had one heck of a season last year with Case Keenum, in which he has moved on. And now they're bringing in Kirk Cousins, which he's the better quarterback than Case Keenum, obviously. But in Washington, he had like nobody. So I'm kind of interested to see him, surrounded by just a great cast. I mean, they got Dalvin Cook come back from injury, who is a beast, man. I think he would have led the league in rushing if he went down. And they have freaking Adam Thielen, who just came on out of nowhere. He was Keenum's pretty much his go-to guy, which I think he's gonna have a good rapport with Cousins, and also Stefon Diggs, and they're tight end. I think they're gonna be a force to reckon with on the offense. And they did bring in Sheldon Richardson on the defensive line, so I think that'll put some good. They already have a great defense as it is. I think Richardson is going to, help out tremendously for that team. But yeah, number 4, guys, Minnesota Vikings. I want to put them up higher, but a new quarterback, Kirk Cousins, you don't know the chemistry right away. but I think they're still going to make the playoffs. They're going to win their division. All right, guys, number 5, I'm going to go with the Green Bay Packers. I was thinking about not even putting them on there because Rodgers coming back from a collarbone, but Aaron Rodgers is still one of the best quarterbacks in the game, and they just picked up, I know they got rid of, oh my God, I can't think of, they just got rid of Jordy Nelson. Oh my, I got to do more research. I got to be more prepared when I do these dang videos. I thought I prepared well enough. Obviously, my brain just freaking just blowing up right now. Oh, it caused me some issues, man. Anyways, yeah, Jimmy Graham they picked up, which I think they've been lacking a tight end for a while. I think Jimmy Graham's going to be, is going to be Rodgers' go-to guy, red zone. He's going to be a touchdown nightmare. They brought in Muhammad Wilkerson, which their defense has been struggling, guys. I know they drafted 2 corners, and Josh Jackson and Jair Alexander. They have been lacking some corner, man. They need corner help, and they went, 1-2 with their cornerbacks, which I figured they would because they really need help. I think they're going to be some stars in the future, in seasons to come. But, yeah, Green Bay Packers, I think number 5, they're going to get a wild card spot. They're not going to win their division because you just don't know how that defense is going to hold up. And the secondary is pretty, it's young. So you got to, just time will tell how they're going to play. But anyways, guys, who I think is going to get the final wild card spot, and a lot of people are not going to agree because several teams could have went here, but I'm going to go with the San Francisco 49ers. Yeah, that's right, San Francisco 49ers. With Garoppolo, how he played, when he got put in, he was 7-0. Just imagine if he would have started week 1, maybe their season would have been a heck of a lot better than it was. But you got to admit, quarterback coming over from New England was going to be their, the heir apparent to Tom Brady. Gets traded. He doesn't play week 1, which I was surprised. I think he probably should have. But I'm thinking, he comes in the last 7 games and just dominates. He played extremely well. I hate anybody from the New England Patriots. Can't stand them. But when they leave, then things change. But yeah, I think Garoppolo played very well. And Marquise Goodwin, he was his go-to guy, and he came out of nowhere as well. I think he's gonna have another good season, man. I think he's gonna break over 1,000 yards receiving and have about 90 catches. I think he's gonna have a tremendous year. Look out for the San Francisco 49ers. They also brought in Richard Sherman, which they need cornerback help. I think they're going to be a revamped team that nobody's going to see coming, and they're going to make the playoffs with that 6th seed, you guys. And here are some surprise teams I want you guys to keep an eye on, and only have 2 just came to mind, are the Arizona Cardinals and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Look out for both those teams, man. I'm telling you right now. Josh Rosen could be Rookie of the Year starting game 1. If they put him in, I think he's going to play tremendous. I think he needs to get in there. And with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, I know that they lost Doug Martin, but they drafted Ronald Jones out of USC, who is, there was no big gap in the running backs this year. Like Saquon Barkley went number 1, but the competition was so close that they're all pretty much that good. But yeah, I think Ronald Jones is exactly what Jameis Winston needs to get over the top. He needs to have a running game because they lost Doug Martin, which coming back from injury, he was hurt off and on. But I think Ronald Jones is going to have a good year as well. That's going to be it, guys. I'm going to go over a recap real quick. I'm sorry, my camera's kind of freaking out, going back and forth. This face is too good looking. It can't focus, man. It's too shy. But yeah, anyways, guys, number 1, I think the Rams home field advantage. Number 2, Atlanta Falcons. Number 3, Philadelphia Eagles. Number 4, Minnesota. Number 5, Green Bay. And the last spot, the 49ers, guys. And oh my gosh, I finally thought of the name. Nick freaking Foles. That's what I was going to say. I don't know how he's going to play if he's a starter week 1. I know he did great in the playoffs, and he beat Tom Brady. Thank you, Nick Foles. Thank you. But yeah, I'm not too high on Nick Foles anyways, but that is what I'm going to go ahead and go with. It's not going to change. If you want to look at the AFC one, yes, the Browns are making the dang playoffs, and it's time. They got the snide. Let's go, Cleveland. All right, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.